Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will share with you my 3-card collaboration video with my BFF Sintang Mayumi, and this time we have a new friend, Nancy Fabrizio Lee. That's her name, and I hope I pronounce it right. Anyway, she has a Facebook page and an Instagram page. I will just write her info on the screen so you can check her out. So this month we will be doing the my monthly hero kit from I think this was May monthly hero kit, and we will be doing a 3-card collaboration video. So this kit contains a 6x8 clear set, its coordinating dies. So this is the 6x8 set, and as you can see, it is crafty themed, and it has a lot of images and a lot of sentiments, and it comes with all the coordinating dies, which is fantastic. So it has a lot of coordinating dies, and then there's this big heart fancy die, and this is a pretty nice size die. And then the 5 ounces purple sparkle clear embossing and watermark cube from Hero Arts. It's a there's a lavender washi tape and a mini clothespin, and it came with this black and white twine. So as I've said, we will be making 3 cards using this kit. Honestly, it was hard for me to design 3 of the cards that I did today, but I still managed to come up with 3 designs. So after you watch my video, please don't forget to stop by Sintang Mayumi's channel and watch her video as well. And of course, check out Nancy's take on this collaboration video. See you later. So for my first card, I will be stamping all the images in the stamp set. I have a Nina 80-pound solar white classic crest cardstock, and I will be stamping it with Memento Tuxedo black ink because I'm planning to color the images with Copic markers. So here I'm just showing you, I have 3 sheets of the stamp images, and I'm gonna start coloring it with my Copic markers. And since these are tiny images, I only did simple coloring. After coloring all these images, I will die cut them using the coordinating dies, and I will set them aside for my card assembly later. And I also die cut the fancy heart die on a Nina 80-pound cardstock, and now I'm blending with my blending brush using wilted violet and shaded lilac distress oxide inks. Then I just keep blending it until I get the look that I'm going for. Then I'm gonna put this blended heart-shaped die cut in a coffee filter so I can spray it with Distress Oxide Spray Wilted Violet. I'm gonna use the same white cardstock where I die cut the fancy heart die, and I'm using this Gina Marie stitch rectangle die to trim my cardstock. And now I'm placing all my colored images on top of that heart-shaped die cut. And I'm using press and seal again. I'll pick it up and set it aside, and I will attach it later. These 2 knitting needles here, I colored it gray, and then I'll be attaching it together with a heart-shaped die cut. And I'm gonna be using my glitter glue to attach the white panel to the black panel, and then attach the heart shape die cut. So now I'm ready to put everything in place. So this is the press and seal technique. I just put glue all over the back of the images and then just pressed on the whole press and seal, and then the loose ones I also attach using glitter glue. And for the sentiment, I just white heat emboss the sentiment "You're so nice," and we'll be making a tiny banner with this black cardstock, black strip of cardstock, and then attach it to the side of the heart. And I also use Spectrum Noir shimmer pen to add glitter to all the images. And now I have A2 card base, a white A2 card base, and I'm just attaching the whole panel to the card base. And it's making a white mat around my panel. And my card number 1 is finished. For my card number 2, I will be using this We Are Memory Keepers circle nesting dies to cut some white cardstock and some acetate to make a spinner card. For my card panel, I will be getting a pattern paper from this 6x6 Cutie Girl cardstock, and I'm cutting this pattern paper 5x5 to create a square panel. So now I will attach these two pieces of circular die cuts to my pattern paper, and it will help me add dimension to my panel, so later on the spinner will spin smoothly. Now I've created a 2-layer double-sided foam tape so that I could create a circular dimension inside of that green circle. And these 2 layers of foam tape will allow the spinner to spin smoothly later on. And I actually got this idea from the very talented Ashley Tucker. She did a lot of spinner cards on her YouTube channel, and I wanted to try this one as well. So now here's the acetate that will act as the spinner, and then I'm gonna put a round cardstock on top to cover it. But first, I will be doing all my sentiment on top of that white round die cut. I'm gonna stamp on my white cardstock the sentiment that says "You make this world a beautiful place," and then I'm gonna heat emboss it with a clear embossing powder, and then use my Wagner heat tool to melt it all up until it's shiny. And then I'm gonna attach it to another a bigger round cardstock, which is darker than my panel, the pattern panel. I will set that aside, and now I'm ready to put all my colored images on the acetate. And I'll speed this up a little bit because I'm trying to figure out all the placement of the images. And before that, I will use my powder tool to use around the foam tape so it won't get caught when I'm spinning the acetate. Now it's spinning smoothly, so I'm ready to attach all the images with my glitter glue. Now I'm getting a white panel, a white cardstock, and I'll be cutting it a little bigger than 5x5. I want a white mat around my blue-green panel, and attach that to the white cardstock. And then I have this 5.5 by 5.5 blue-green card base. I got this blue-green cardstock from Michaels, so I just cut it 5.5 by 5.5 inches. And Michaels has a lot of 110-pound cardstock that are colored, so I usually get it from them. Now I'm attaching it with my glitter glue, and this time I'm gonna be putting some colorful gems that I got from Ink Road stamps. I think I'll just put a few around the sentiment. So I got the colors yellow, pink, and I think blue green, and just use glitter glue as well for the gems. And I love how it spins. I love this card. I think this is my favorite among the three that I made. And now I have here a white panel that I will put a sentiment on for the inside of my card, and it says thanks for being awesome. And I just use my VersaFine clear Nocturne ink and then attach this panel on the inside of the card using my ATG gun, and that finishes off this card. This is my card number 2. For card number 3, I have this watercolor panel here, and I'm using the Amy Tangerine Travel watercolor set, and I have a water brush here, and I'll just actually paint some stripes on the watercolor panel just using a slant watercolor brush, and I'm just applying 2 to 3 coats of each color on the panel. And I love how vibrant the colors are. This Amy Tangerine travel set I got from Amazon. I think it was about $25, and I really love it. I actually brought this with me when I went for my vacation, and I really loved it. All the colors are there, and it's so colorful and very bright colors. As you can see, I use the colors of the rainbow, and I just added pink and red on the last 2 colors on the bottom of the panel. And then I will just set this aside to dry. And while that is drying, I will get a black cardstock and cut it with my Gina Marie Peekaboo rectangle stitch die, because I'm planning to make a shaker card. This will be my border for the shaker, and I have my colored images set already, and now I'm just gonna be doing my sentiment here, and the sentiment will say you inspire me on a black cardstock. I'm gonna cut this into a tiny strip. I just white heat and emboss it again. And now I'll measure my acetate and cut it into size. I'm gonna be using my trimmer, Tim Holtz trimmer, to cut the acetate. And now I will be attaching the acetate to the black frame using a glitter glue. And then I made this very thin doubled foam tape, and I will also attach it to the frame to create dimension for my shaker. And I do apologize for this part of my video. I didn't realize I wasn't exactly on the frame, but I was just attaching the doubled foam tape to my frame. And then here are the images that I'll be using. I'll be using 3 paint brushes and the palette. The shakers inside, I will use the ones that I got from Recollections at Michael's. But first, I will attach some iridescent jewels that I got from Ink Road Stamps. And I will also use some confetti sequins that I got from Simon Says Stamp. I'll just attach a few on the panel, and then the rest will be the Recollections chunky glitter. I am just using the glitter glue, and then this one I'm just using my powder bag to remove the static on the sequins. And now I'm pouring all the mixture that I want in my shaker. And I'm just removing the release tape from my double foam tape on the black panel, and now I'll be attaching it to the watercolor panel. And here you can see there's a lot of sequins inside. And here I'm just using a Spectrum Noir glitter pen to color the palette. And now I'm attaching my sentiment and my images. And I'm putting the 3 brushes on my palette. And I'm attaching it to the palette with my glitter glue again. And this sentiment and the images I will attach directly on the acetate. I'll put it kind of on the bottom of the card panel. And you can see my sequins are all in there. Now I have this white A2 side folding card base. I will use this one for my final card. I'm attaching this one with my ATG gun and some glitter glue again. And this card is done. So this is my card number 3. I really love making shaker cards. It's my most favorite type of interactive card to do. So this is the final look of the 3 cards I made for this month's collaboration video using the My Monthly Hero Kit for May. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I invite you to check out Sintang Mayumi's YouTube channel and Nancy Lee's Facebook and IG accounts to see their take on this collaboration challenge. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!